Hey blog buddies, how you doing? Time for another talkie blog. Always open with that line, so I should probably come up with another line, I guess. I wanted to talk to you about a question that somebody asked me on Formspring, and they actually asked it quite a while ago, and I've just never really gotten around to answering it. I wanted to do a talkie blog, and kind of things sort of got rolling with other stuff, and but finally I got around to it. They asked me if I ever was afraid of growing old. And I thought it was a really interesting question because, we live in a culture that really values youth and really values beauty. I'm probably a contributor to that. I'm sitting here with my shirt off and I go to the gym and all that kind of stuff. Um, I'm probably a part of that. And, I guess maybe I should go put a shirt on, I don't know. But, part of life, it seems, at the moment, or part of culture at the moment, is this fear of getting old. And, especially in gay man's culture, there's this sort of fixation on young guys, and, it's somehow that only people under the age of, 30 have something to offer. And that's really not true. Am I scared of getting old? No, I'm not scared of getting old. I'd say maybe what I fear is not being able to do some of the things I can do now, not being as physically able to run and jump and swim and do all the stuff that I do now, living such an active lifestyle. And yet, there are some guys I know who are in their 50s and their 60s who have incredible lives, You see these people who are in their 80s swimming the English Channel or, running marathons. And they would say that the only thing that's changed is the packaging. They still feel young inside. I guess age is a frame of mind, and it all comes down to the way you think of it. Being afraid of getting old, well, let's break it down. What are you really afraid of? What's there to worry about getting old? Sure, your hair falls out, but whatever, you might get a bit slower. Whatever, you might lose your sex drive. Whatever, there are so many amazing things that come with age. Wisdom comes with age. Being able to watch the friends and people around you grow and being able to nurture young people, I love that, being able to look forward to that. There's such a wealth of experience out there, and all of life is a journey, and getting old is part of that. We start getting old from the day that we're born. And it's a really strange perspective. Everyone talks about, oh, you're so old, you're so old, you're so old. But why not think of it a different way? Why not think of it as, wow, you've done some incredible things, but in this time that you've been on this earth. Wow, you're so wise. Wow, you're so experienced. Wow, you're so refined. Wow, wow, you're so chiseled, just anything but other than, wow, you're so old, what's wrong with old? Wines get better with age, people love living in old houses now because they're built well, old buildings are always the ones I love photographing, old streets are always the most interesting, we're fascinated with history, and yet when it comes to our people and bodies, it's like, well, no, you have to be smooth, and you have to have great abs, and you have to be, young, and you have to be able to get it up, and you have to be able to, run, and you have to be able to have sex for 8 hours non-stop, and it's like, enough already, So, let's get over the whole age thing. Let's get over whether or not we're going to get old, and let's start thinking about whether or not we're going to get wise. That's something that is much more interesting, and I think a much bigger question. Cheers, guys.